Hello, I'm recording this for the Naveen Jindal Fellows. I just put this up in PowerPoint. It's a creator writing objective correlative. It's mainly based on creator writing, so that's the reason why I wanted to record this video out to you, so that anybody who's interested in creator writing can check it out. So that's the intent of it. Okay, and let's proceed. All right, see, the human condition, it's the job of literature famously to reflect the human condition. One of the hardest things for us to do as writers is to externally express or articulate what we feel internally, how it feels like to live this life as a human being. It's very difficult for us to express it in words. And there's a couple of reasons why that is difficult for us as writers, because we're working with language, which is inherently abstract. Words are abstract and emotions are abstract, right? So to portray the human condition, the issue we as writers face is that emotions, internal states are abstract and hence they're difficult to express in words. So what's then a writer to do? T.S. Eliot comes to the rescue for us. He devised a concept which finds application in poetry, in short stories, and fiction writing everywhere, right? And what is that concept? It's the concept of objective correlative, right? And this is the subject of our talk here. This is T.S. Eliot's term. It refers to a set of object or objects, concrete external details that correlate to specific internal states, emotion, relationship, feelings, right? All of those things that we are finding it difficult to express in words. T.S. Eliot devised this concept of through the objective correlative, you're able to do this in your writing. Okay, so let me give you some examples for that. Choose an object of some significance to you. This is an object exercise that I did many, many years ago. I do this in my creative writing classes. I've done this in various universities across the US, but also here in India. And describe it in detail using each of your senses. That's all. You choose an object of some significance to you, and all you do is describe it. No interpretation, no need for you to explain anything. You don't need to give us any background. All of that is evident through your details. In other words, let your details do the talking for you. Okay? A couple of examples. That old teddy bear that the family member gave you, or maybe you remember these cheesy movies in which there's two long lost lovers that are running towards each other because they've heard a common tune that was a shared tune from years ago. And they hear it and they start running towards each other. Favorite bracelets that stands for more than a wrist ornament. So it's this particular bracelet that you're really kind of drawing attention to that stands for more than a wrist ornament. Um, Two examples from literature. I'll leave you with a couple of examples. One is from Anton Chekhov, the Russian writer, Rothschild's Fiddle. And this is a very interesting story. Chekhov is amazing at writing things that have so many layers within them. And this Rothschild's Fiddle is a short story in which you have Yakov, who is a coffin maker, and there's a Jew who faces a lot of anti-Semitism, right? And Yakov bequeaths a fiddle to Rothschild. And anyway, you have to read the story to understand the sort of layers of meaning that Chekhov builds into it. But it's a very simple objective correlative. The objective correlative here is working through the Rothschild's fiddle. It represents all those different layers that Chekhov is intending to communicate through his story, right? Also, what Rothschild does is Yakov, even when he plays all kinds of tunes, and those tunes might or might not be melancholy, but Rothschild, plays them in a melancholy way. And this sort of annoys Yakov, right? But but that is also a an objective correlative that that we're left with from the story, not just the fiddle itself, right? So that's the title of the story. Rothschild Fiddle is the title of the story. And there's a motorcycle in Daniyal Mueenuddin's Nawabdin Electrician. It's a story in Daniyal Mueenuddin, so it's a mouthful in terms of the name. He's a Pakistani American writer, and this is published in the New Yorker. It's got a lot of attention. It was featured in Best American Short Stories a few years ago. But the story itself is an evocation of this person's life, right? This person called Nawabdin, and he um, buys a motorcycle from his landlord, and he's able to use the motorcycle to go around the estates, to kind of basically doctor the electricity meters. So that's what he does. So anyway, that motorcycle is also a good objective correlative for not just the story, but also for the character. So it's interesting. It's debatable for you to kind of determine what the meaning is once you read it. So these meanings are like in the best creative writing, meanings are not always singular. They're dynamic, they're evolving, they are also dependent on perspective, and they're subjective. In other words, you and I are reading the same story, we might have a different interpretation of the actual meaning of it, right? And that's the beauty of creative writing. Each of us are able to walk away with our own versions of the meaning. Okay, so this is objective correlative. Hope you learned something new here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care.